How is it that you can board a plane with a perfectly packed carry-on and still feel like you messed everything up the moment you hit security? Yeah, nobody tells you this, but what everyone thinks they know about carry-on travel is actually backwards, outdated, or just straight-up wrong-end airlines. Oh, they're not exactly rushing to correct you. So let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever zipped up your bag thinking, I nailed this, only to be sweating bullets at the gate, rearranging your stuff like your life depends on it? Because that right there, that moment, is exactly where most travelers lose the game without even realizing it. And today, we're flipping that script completely, because what you're about to hear will change the way you pack forever. And yeah, you might even laugh at how simple it actually is. So stick with me. Don't skip, because the biggest mistake people make with carry-ons isn't what they pack. It's how they think. See, most people treat a carry-on like a mini suitcase. That's mistake number one. Your carry-on is not a suitcase, it's your survival kit. Let that sink in. Survival. Because when flights get delayed, bags get lost, seats get cramped, or overhead bins mysteriously fill up right before your row your carry-on is all you've got. And yet, people are stuffing it with jeans, jackets, and 5 pairs of shoes like they're going on a fashion show at 35,000 feet. Come on now, you don't need that. What you actually need is strategy. Think layers, not outfits. Think utility, not aesthetics. And here's the kicker. Most frequent flyers already know this, but they won't tell you because it's like an unspoken advantage. The lighter, smarter, and more accessible your bag is, the smoother your entire travel experience becomes. No stress, no panic, no last-minute chaos. But wait, it gets better. Because the real hack, it's not even about packing, less it's about packing right. Let me break it down in a way that hits different. Imagine you're at security. The line is long, people are tired, and suddenly the agent says, laptop's out, liquid's out, and now you're that person. Yeah, the one holding up the line, digging through your bag like you're searching for buried treasure. Embarrassing, right? But it doesn't have to be like that. Smart travelers pack in zones. Top layer, essentials passport, phone, wallet, boarding pass. Easy grab, no drama. Middle layer, tech laptop, chargers, headphones, all in one clean section. Bottom layer, clothing and backup items. That way, when it's go time, you're not fumbling, you're flowing. Smooth, confident, almost like you've done this 100 times before. And people notice that energy, trust me. Now here's something that might surprise you. Airlines don't actually want you to master this. Why? Because the more confused you are, the more likely you are to check a bag. And checked bags mean extra fees, extra revenue. So yeah, they'll give you the basic rules. But the real tricks? The efficiency hacks. That's stuff you have to learn the hard way. Unless, of course, you're here right now. And if you're still watching, you're already ahead of 90% of travelers out there. But let's talk about one of the biggest myths that keeps people stuck, just in case. Packing. Oh man, this one gets everyone. You pack an extra shirt, just in case. Another pair of shoes, just in case. A bulky jacket, just in case. And before you know it, your carry-on is bursting at the seams, and you're stressed out before the trip even begins. Let me be real with you, that just-in-case mindset. It's costing you comfort, time, and peace of mind. Because here's the truth, nobody says out loud you can buy almost anything at your destination. Forgot toothpaste? Buy it. Need an extra shirt? Grab one. The world isn't a remote island anymore, okay? You're not stranded. So stop packing like you're preparing for the apocalypse and start packing like you're in control. That shift alone, game changer. And speaking of control, let's talk about space. Because maximizing space isn't about cramming more in, it's about creating breathing room. Rolling clothes instead of folding. Yeah, that's old news. The real trick is compression with intention. Use packing cubes not to stuff more, but to organize smarter. Separate categories. Keep things tight, but visible. So when you open your bag, it's not chaos, it's clarity. And that clarity? It reduces stress more than you'd expect. But here's where it gets kind of funny. People will spend hundreds of dollars on the perfect carry-on bag, thinking that's the secret. Newsflash, it's not the bag, it's the brain using it. You can have the fanciest luggage in the world, but if you pack it wrong, you're still gonna struggle. Meanwhile, someone with a basic backpack and a solid system, they're breezing through the airport like it's nothing. That's the difference. And let's not ignore comfort, because this is where things get real. Your carry-on should make your journey easier, not harder. If it's heavy, awkward, or overstuffed, you're going to feel it in your shoulders, your mood, your entire vibe. Travel should feel exciting, not exhausting. So ask yourself, does your bag support you or slow you down? Because that answer matters more than you think. Now here's a little insider move that most people sleep on: pack a flight kit. Small pouch, easy access. Inside, eye mask, earbuds, snacks, maybe a toothbrush, lip balm, whatever, keeps you feeling human during the flight. Keep it separate from everything else. So when you sit down, you're not digging your chilling. And that small move, it makes a huge difference in how you experience the flight. And let's be honest, nobody wants to be that person climbing over people, opening overhead bins mid-flight, dropping stuff everywhere. We've all seen it, and yet not a good look. But beyond the practical stuff, there's a psychological edge to all this. When your carry-on is organized, light, and intentional, you feel in control. And when you feel in control, everything else becomes easier. Delays, no big deal. Gate changes. You're ready? Unexpected situations. You adapt. That confidence, it shows. And it changes how you move through the entire journey. So yeah, this isn't just about packing, it's about mindset. It's about shifting from reactive to proactive, from stressed to smooth, from overwhelmed to in charge. And once you experience that shift, there's no going back. You'll start noticing how others struggle, how they panic, how they overpack, and you'll realize you used to be there, but not anymore. So here's what I want you to do next time you pack your carry-on. Pause for a second. Don't just throw things in. Think, plan, be intentional. Ask yourself, do I really need this? And if the answer isn't a clear yes, it's a no. Simple as that. And hey, if this hit you in a way you didn't expect it, you're already thinking about how you're going to pack differently on your next trip. Drop a comment. Seriously, I want to hear it. What's one thing you've been doing wrong this whole time? Or better yet, what's a hack you swear by? Let's swap ideas, help each other travel smarter. And if you know someone who always overpacks, yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Share this with them. They might not admit it, but they need this. Trust me. Because at the end of the day, carry-on travel isn't about following rules. It's about mastering the game. And now, you've got the blueprint.